to hear the continued site plan approval hearing for, let's see, the nature of the hearing is to consider the petition of Properties Plus LLC applicant and owner seeking a site plan approval under 5.13 business estate lots of the Granby zoning bylaws. A metal building that will be used for storage of business and company property on Lot 1 at 121 West State Street, Granby, Mass. Okay, so we took roll call already. This has been continued since last week, and we asked the applicant to provide the board with some documentation on how the stormwater runoff from the building was going to be handled. There was a concern, well, I don't know if there was a concern, but it was brought to the attention by Mr. DeRocher, DPW director, to make sure that we had taken into consideration how the water was going to be handled. And since then, I've received, I think everybody's received a letter from Dave, as well as from Associated Builders, stating how the runoff was going to be handled. Did everybody see that and you have a chance to read it?
Bob has.
Bill has.
Bob has. Does that satisfy the board?
Not me. It's supposed to be showing on the site plan. If this one letter gets lost in the shuffle and you're looking years later, you're not going to see anything.
Well, it does show where the culverts are and where the where it drains out in the near the 202.
But not from where the building is going to be.
Well, again, I'm not an engineer, but it looks pretty obvious how it's going to sheet flow toward the southwest into that. It's got nowhere else to go but in that direction, and that's pretty much what they've explained in the letter. And reading the bylaws, the site plan approval, the board has the authority to any such as they deem applicable.
You were breaking up. What were you saying?
I said the board has, so we can waive any of those types of things if we don't feel it's necessary. I'm looking for, I just read it here, trying to go find a way actually.
Hey, Jim, this is Steve Marion. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, hi, Steve.
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate, because I know, I just want to make sure that Lillian was aware that Dave DeRogers had gone out and met me the following day at the site. And I don't know, because I know Mr. Sheehan had made mention to, if anyone was aware of the location, that you would be able to see the runoff and the culverts there. So I wasn't sure if anyone from the planning board has gone there since then and saw that. I know there was a concern discussed about, again, it was mentioned the other day about the Dollar General, and it's clearly a different situation compared to there if you see the two properties. So I don't know if the main concern is based on that situation that's going on in town, or if anyone looked at the property after that meeting to see, just like Mr. DeRogers, who went out there and saw how detailed and, like you said, pretty much clear cut the situation is in my property.
Steve, I was aware from Dave that he did go out and look. I personally have not looked. What I'm looking for is for it to show on the site plan so that years from now, when somebody's looking at just the site plans and not the site, the building, whatever, they can tell. An attached paper doesn't fly as far as I'm concerned. That's my vote. And Jim, the page you're looking for is on 98.
Yeah, I've got it here now.
Yeah.
Starts off, yeah, what, I think we're off by a page here, 98. Anyway, 96, required site plan contents, and it goes through all the plans shall be prepared by a registered architect, landscape architect, or professional engineer, unless this requirement is waived, planning board, because of unusual, simple circumstances, and see also section 599. And there's like 1 through 8, and it lists, location and boundaries, adjacent streets. I mean, there's a whole list of things that can be waived if the board feels it's unnecessary to see it on the plan. And from my perspective, because the site is so obvious and the drainage swale is already in place, there's no way it can flood out onto 202. There's only one direction it can go to, and that's the if it makes it that far. If it's not already perked into the soils, there's only one direction it can go in. So I have no issue with the way the plans have been presented. I know there's a sense of urgency for the applicant to get going due to the weather and the escalated construction costs.
Jim, if I may,
Sure.
If we go look a little bit further at the site plan, this shows the area for the proposed building and the hard pack gravel driveways, parking area. All the contours, existing topographic contours, show that where the water is going. And Durkee Whitetown Chapter Lane, the surveyor's engineer of this project, or plot plan engineer anyway, has shown the grading where all the contours, the new contours for those areas, are going to tie into the existing contours and heading in the same direction that has naturally been obtained for many, many years. I don't see a problem with it. And in light of that, when we have a letter from Dave DeRocher, comments regarding the stormwater mitigation strategies by Kim Mazowit, professional engineer, signed by Dave, as well as a letter from the professional engineer. I don't see an issue.
Rob, you have any thoughts on this?
No, I agree with Jim, you and Bob. I'm good.
Okay. Well, as much as I like that when we have these things, I like unanimous decisions from all the board members that we're all on the same page. Unfortunately, Will, you didn't get a chance to go out there and take a look at it, or meet one of us out there to show you what the topographical map plan is going. Does anybody else have any other discussion on this? Any other thoughts? Okay, then I guess I've opened it up for discussion. Anybody in the public? Is there anybody else online here that would like to comment? I can't see if there's anybody else on. Lil, is there anybody else on other than us? And Steve?
Ed Chapdelaine and Ken Comio and Steve. That's it.
Okay. Well, if there's no other discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
I would like to make a motion to approve the site plan as presented for Properties Plus LLC, the applicant and owner, for a metal building to be used for storage of business and company property on Lot 1 at 121 West State Street, Granby, Mass.
Do we have a second?
Rob will second.
Any further discussion? Okay, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor? Bob Sheen,
Aye.
Lillian Camus,
No.
Rob Chauvin,
Aye.
Jim Tromke's and I. Motion carries. 3 in favor, 1 declined.
That
Okay,
shouldn't read one. That shouldn't read 1 declined, 1 dissent.
1 dissent. Thank you for the correction.
Okay.
Ken, you still there?
Yes.
A question for you. This
Uh-huh.
is not a special permit. Does it require a 20-day wait period? Appeals period?
Site plan approval wouldn't necessarily require a recording in the, that's what the question is the recording of the document at the Registry of Deeds. I'll have to confirm with regards to site plan. It doesn't fall in the same boat as a special permit, which would allow for appeals within a 20-day period. In reality, it's, you'll get the decision and the town can, accept it as however, and the building department would receive the planning board's site plan approval. And, from that point, the applicant would go through the building permit process.
So there's no 20-day wait that you're aware of for site
Not that
plan
I'm
approval?
aware of.
Okay, thank you. So with that being said, how soon can you have that decision prepared for my signature?
By next week, by Monday.
Is there any way, Ken, that you could speed that up a little bit so that the applicant can get moving along here? I certainly understand that we've got only 2 days left in this week.
Is the town hall open on Thursday?
From my understanding, I think the inspector's in there on Thursday.
Okay. I can work on this tomorrow.
That's great.
Then I guess, if there is a need for the board to sign the document, then, at however you want to handle that on your end, it'll be there for Kathy to have or receive your signatures.
How many people have? I'm sorry, Lil, go ahead.
Do we not have to vote on approving the site plan approval as written? We've done that before. Just asking.
Isn't that what I just made the motion for and we voted on?
You voted to approve it. What we voted on before was the actual site plan written, the approval written.
Oh, the letter.
Yes.
I see.
Not to delay anything, but just I'm saying, are we missing a step here? Or How do you want to do this?
There's no conditions involved. It's been approved as presented. So unless somebody objects, we can take a vote now and circulate it. The chair can be the only one that goes down and signs it. The whole board doesn't have to sign it. It's in the minutes. That's,
Well,
again, it's a site
Something,
plan, not
okay.
a permit. Go ahead, Lil.
How can we vote on something that we haven't even seen it's written yet? That's just my thing. And, maybe we vote on it at the next regular meeting and, in arrears or whatever. Or like you say, vote now to just have you sign it and the board review it after. It's kind of backwards, but
I'll make a motion to authorize the chairman of the Granby Planning Board to sign on behalf of the board the letter that is going to be composed by Ken Camilla, Pioneer Valley Planning Authority, for the approval of the site plan that was just voted on. So I'll make that motion.
We have a second.
Rob will second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Robert Sheehan,
Aye.
Lillian Themis,
I,
Bob Chauvin,
Aye.
and Trompe's and I. Motion carries. You could let me know when he has that there. I'll go down and sign it, Ken. Just give me a text or an email.
I will. I'll copy you and Kathy.
and the rest of the planning board?
Yes.
Please. Okay. We do have minute approvals from the last meeting, correct?
Jim, I think what we got to do, we actually didn't open the meeting. We opened the public hearing. So I think we have to close the public hearing and now open the meeting. Am I correct in that assumption?
Sure.
Okay, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing regarding Properties Plus LLC, Lot 1, 121 West State Street, Granby, Mass.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Rob will second.
Any discussion?
This is Steve Mary. I'm just confirming you guys don't need anything else from me at this point then?
Correct.
Okay. I appreciate your guys' time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Take care.
All those in favor? Bob Sheehan,
Aye.
Lillian Kings,
Aye.
Bob Chauvin,
Aye.
Jim Tromke is an aye. Hearing's closed. So now I'll open it. What time do we have here? 5:19. Our regular, well, it's not our regular, open the planning board meeting. And the only thing we have on the agenda is the proofs of minutes. Is that correct, Lillian?
Yes, and if you wanted to, we could just quickly go through the action item list. That'd take us less than a minute.
Okay, that's fine. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes?
I have one thing. Go ahead, Bob.
No, all I was going to say was I have reviewed the minutes. Which ones do we want to talk about first? The Monday, December 21st?
Yes.
With just us? Okay. Go ahead, Lil.
On page 2, under the public hearing, the third paragraph where, Bob, you were talking about the document you signed.
Yep.
Second line, it says he did complete and disclosure. It should say AN instead of AND, or A instead of A.
Oh. Yep.
That's my crisis.
Right. And actually, if you really wanted to make a real note on that, Lil,
Yeah.
that 23, it's Form 23, parentheses, lowercase b, parentheses, 3.
Okay, good. Good. I'll make that correction.
Okay.
Was that a motion, Bob?
I will make a motion to approve the Monday, December 21st, 2020 minutes as written, as amended.
We have a second.
Did we lose Rob?
Rob will second. Yeah, I'll second.
Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Bob?
Aye.
Will?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Jim is an aye as well. Motion carries. Okay, now the minutes for the joint meeting.
Can we do that, seeing as Rob wasn't there?
Correct, I was not there.
Well, the three of us can approve it, can't we, Lil?
Yep.
Because you're saying, in other words, Jason isn't here this evening?
Right.
Yeah. I don't see any reason why yourself, myself, and Jim can't approve it.
Unless you want Jason to voice in on it.
No, I think it's fine. If we approve it tonight, we'll get it out of the way.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, so I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the Tuesday, December 22nd, 2020 joint meeting of the Planning Board and the Economic Development and Growth Committee minutes as written.
And I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor? Bob?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Rob?
I gotta
Rob wasn't
recuse
there.
from there. I was not there.
Jim is an aye. Motion carries 3 in favor, 1 abstains.
Okay.
Okay, you want to go over some?
The action items?
Sure. First one is make an appointment with Leonard to sign the A&R for Easton Street. I assume everybody's done that?
I have.
Ooh, what was that?
What was
I
that?
heard- I heard a big screech.
Bob said yes. Jason and I signed them the night of.
Okay. And I signed it, so, Rob, did you get a chance?
I did not.
Okay, I think they've got enough. Go ahead and do it. Okay, next one, make an appointment with Kathy. Everybody should have done this. For sign the A&R on Fred Rule Road and Forge Pond Road. That was way back in November. So we'll call that completed.
Bob Sheehan did that.
Jim, I assume you did that.
Yes. Yep.
I did that. Okay.
There's 3.
Okay, Ken, you were supposed to create a public hearing notice for the public hearing we just had, so that's done. And one more. This was yours, Jim. Discuss available date for the public hearing that we just had. So gosh, everybody's up to date.
Perfect.
That's good. Good way to start the new year.
Yeah.
Now, so our next meeting isn't until January 11th, our regular scheduled meeting, correct?
I believe you're correct.
And nothing on the agenda so far?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, well, whatever comes
Things
up.
Yeah, things are kind of quiet this time, but you never know.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Do you have a second?
Bob will second.
Okay. All those in favor? Bob,
Aye.
Bill,
aye.
Rob,
Aye.
Jim's and I. Everybody have a great new year. See you on the 11th, or talk to you on the 11th. Be well. Thank you.
Okay, you too.
You too, folks. Bye-bye.
Be well. Happy New Year.